Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah Kudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And this is going to be a nice, quick, straight to the point lesson, as it highlights how more and more people are starting to see the sheer corruption, and just destructuring of really the world. Now this is an article from Zero Hedge dealing with which some of you may know her, Ana Kasparian, from I forgot the name of this the TV show. Let me see. I think it mentions it somewhere in here as we keep on going. From Turks. Let's see, 1 second. The Young Turks. So anyway, let me go into this real quick. And I was having a conversation with my brother, and we were discussing as to how, when you look at the state of, the condition here, how they're deliberately making things worse, sending crime through the roofs and so on and so forth, because I believe what he was saying was basically, in order for them to declare martial law, they in the U.S., okay, they need crime to be, like freaking, I don't even know what to compare it to, but they just need it to be complete anarchy in these streets, and crime is the number one way for that to shoot up. Okay, now I think it was today or so, there was a whole riot at the border when you had these this breach, okay, in the border where we had some migrants just flooding up in there, okay, and it was getting pretty intense over there. But it's pretty apparent now to everybody that your authorities, okay, not just like police officers, but DAs and judges and all of that, they're not doing anything to try and help the case. Okay, so the headline for this article reads, "What are we doing? Ana Kasparian flips out after suspects in murder dismemberment case released in New York." Okay, so I'm gonna read a little bit of this. It's pretty interesting, but I'm gonna quote this precept that comes to mind, which is Ecclesiastes 8 and I believe it's 8 and 11. Let me just confirm so I don't butcher it. But and we know the actual context of this precept. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11, as it reads, "Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil." And it's applicable, to today as well. Okay, and it's really applicable in a general sense. If you have rules that are not enforced, they'll constantly get broken because somebody breaks it, nothing happens to them. They say, well, what's the big deal? What's the whole point of having rules if you don't have a way to enforce them, i.e. punishments or, whatever that case is. So it sort of emboldens people to continue to break them and do whatever they want because they know no consequences are coming. Well, that's what's sort of happening over here, which now people are starting to see that it's pretty much becoming like a free-for-all. So let me read this. It says here, it's bad when a shocking, underreported story about the absolute state of New York's bail reform laws has now gone viral after left-wing journalist Ana Kasparian went on an epic rant against policies that her fellow Democrats absolutely voted for. And I think I remember I remember her face. She said some pretty crazy things. I think there might have been a video that I did. I uploaded on her, maybe years ago or so. But hey, nevertheless, even if people like this, are even mentioning it, it's showing you that it's very obvious what's happening here. Um, Look at that. Chicago police officer, offender. It says offender shot in Humboldt Park. Yeah, and it's like a everyday thing now. Murder is just like, like going to the grocery store nowadays. It's just out, out and about. So it says here it appears that it took New York releasing suspects in a double murder dismemberment case to start red pilling the wine grannies on The View, a story which made its way to Casparian. Earlier this month, 3 roommates were charged with hiding pieces of 2 dismembered bodies, which were hacked up with meat cleavers and then scattered around Long Island. So maybe they thought they were in that TV show, that Netflix TV show You, and they were just gonna, I don't know, act out a scene from that or whatever, but that's pretty wild right there. The suspects, Stephen Brown, 44, Jeffrey McKay, 38, and Amanda Wallace, 40, along with homeless woman Alexis Neves, 33, allegedly tried to conceal the corpses in what the New York Post called a scheme so grisly that the drains, toilets, sinks, and showers stopped working in the Amityville home where 3 of the accused had just moved weeks earlier, Suffolk County prosecutors claimed. And it's interesting because a human, like a corpse, but more specifically a human corpse is one of the, I mean, I'm not speaking from experience, but from watching, what you see on TV and what you read about, has to be one of the hardest things to try and get rid of. Okay, the smell is different. It's just everything about it is just it's and that's going to show you what happens when you commit murder, because especially when you're trying to conceal it. That's why people always end up getting caught, because it's almost impossible to dispose of that, without leaving a trail. And the Most High made it so, because then if you're committing murder, it's going to be very hard for you to get away with it scot-free. Now, as if it's a case where it's like a judgment, you don't need to try and hide. Like the scriptures tell you, right? You would bring the person to the elders at the gate. If their judgment was to be burned or stoned, that's done in public. They could bury the body. But if you went and murdered somebody, good luck. So these people here, they got meat cleavers and shit. They're trying to dispose of the body here. And as we keep on reading, it says here, whatever led up to the deaths and hacking, the 4 allegedly removed sharp instruments, multiple body parts, and other related items from the 2-family house on Amityville's Railroad Avenue between February 27th, when the first remains were found, by a child walking to school, and Monday, when cops raided the home, Suffolk police said. See? So just as simple as that, a child walking to school, and then boom, they found something. Schroeder said authorities collected a heap of evidence, including body parts, meat cleavers, butcher knives, and a significant amount of blood. Sheesh. In disposing of the body, this defendant rendered the sink, showers, drains, and toilets inoperable. Schroeder told the court each time one of the 4 appeared to answer the charges. The barbaric lengths this defendant went to in disposing of these bodies should show the court the lengths this defendant would go to flee the prosecution of these charges. But guess what? The suspects were then released with GPS ankle monitors. And there you go. So you GPS ankle monitors, even if they were to put them under house arrest, all it takes is for them to say, maybe one of them to go rogue and, okay, you got an ankle monitor, but they're monitoring you, and monitoring isn't going to stop you from doing something. If the person is wild enough, they can go and harm somebody. And then by the time, you'll know where they are, but is that enough to stop them? No. Chances are it's not. Chances are by the time you get there, the damage is already done. This is yet another absurd result thanks to bail reform and a system where the legislature in Albany substitutes their judgment for the judgment of our judges in the litigants in court, said Suffolk County District Attorney Ray Tierney, who slammed the state's bail laws. Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's more. All right, so it says here. So basically, this woman here, right? Anna Kasparian, she's basically pissed off, saying that if this is what the left is doing, then she's not on the left. Where you gonna go to, right? So it says here, Kasparian then suggested that New York bail's reform laws are responsible for a rise in subway crimes. And you would think with all these cases and crime rates going up, you'll rather send National Guard troops to go and try to do something about it than to reform some of your laws to fix it. Goes to show you, man, they're not interested in fixing nothing. All right. See. Yeah, that's pretty much, pretty much it on what's going on here, man. But like I read earlier, that because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, it's fully set within them to do evil. And the scriptures tell you that it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse, and there will be more outcry about it, but there will be less things that are done about it. So eventually it gets to the point where it's just crime is a daily thing. It's a norm. It's more of a norm than peace. And that's when people are going to realize that there's something severely, severely wrong. But it's going to be too late. But we're going to know what it is, okay? Because it's the time of what? Jacob's trouble. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. Hey, the scriptures say, watch as well as pray. And the key part is pray. Always pray to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, to protect you, because the days are truly evil. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. And until next time, Shalom.